All right. So why now? Obviously workplace burnout's an extremely important challenge to attempt to solve, but it's not necessarily a new challenge, right? So why is this the right time to launch a company like Ampll?
That's a really good question. And I think for any startup founder, it can be a great idea, it can be great technology, it can be a great team, but if the timing isn't right, things might not work out. And this is a big problem that we've recognized for a long time. We're reading about it in the news every day today. I think what's changed is there's a societal trend that's been building for years, actually, in terms of more flexibility at work. We've seen that, awareness on wellness and prioritizing personal wellness has also been growing for years. But really the pandemic kind of blew the doors off this one for us. It's suddenly, there's this dramatic shift and all this remote working and people working from home, just like I am right now. And what that has created is sort of this space to define the future of work. And the future of work is being defined right now by all of us. And it's super exciting. It's an incredible opportunity to change things for the better. And we see it as a revolution. We really do. And we had to kind of think that through a bit, but this is a worker-led revolution that is changing the relationship between workers and businesses. And I think in that environment with all that potential, the need for companies like Ampll to exist right now is really profound.
Yes, absolutely. And, if we have learned anything in the last 18 months, is that workers and employees have been given more flexibility, trust, ownership than ever before. And that's working and it's positive. And we want to harness that moving forward. And in all fairness, there's been, other things that have happened, right? There are things like, Zoom fatigue and increased feelings of loneliness and, kind of blurring of this, work-life, balance of sorts. And so as we think about all of these things and what we've all been living through, right? Now's the time to acknowledge that we don't want to go back to the way it was, and that we all have this amazing opportunity to reimagine and reinvent the way that we work in the future. And at Ampll, we think that starts with the communication and the change of behavior and mindset of employees and team members talking about how they like to work and sharing what they need with their team members and with their managers. And what we've found is that having those kinds of conversations has led to real behavior change, positive behavior change. Things like people taking more time for lunch. They're shortening meetings when it makes sense. They are getting outside, right? So all of these things that are helping them work healthier. Actually, studies show that the more inspired, motivated, and energized that employees are, right, the better work they do. And that work is significantly less stressful on their overall health and well-being. And when we think about the big numbers that I just gave, a couple of minutes ago, there's just some really tangible changes. And this is how Ampll is helping us as a community reshape work so that it fits into our lives versus having to contort our lives around our work.